Hello, everybody, and welcome in. It is time to talk about this week's indie comics on Final Order Cutoff. We have a great list of comics, some new ones coming up on the cutoff this week. So, if you want to know what to order by Monday, February 21st, stick around. Let's start out. I always go to the Previews World website and I talk about FOC from there. Since I'm talking about indie comics, I don't need to look at Lunar for the DC comics, but some of these comics will also have a final order due date over on Lunar distribution that may be a week later. So go check out Lunar as well, because you might be in luck if you miss one of these comics and catch this video later on. But also, everything on here is what is currently on the final order due list as I am filming. And sometimes they add some things, sometimes they take some things off, so I don't catch everything, but it is as close to up to date as I can provide for you guys to get this information out in time for you to let your shops know. So I go to the Previews World website and go to the catalog and final orders due and work down the list on there. And starting at the top, we have from Image Comics, Black Cloak issue number 3 from Kelly Thompson and Meredith McLaren, which when I saw this on here, I was like, we haven't gotten number 2, but that means it's probably coming next week, and I can't wait. This is just my new favorite series. Black Cloaks, Essex and Pax make desperate moves to uncover the truth before powerful forces cover it up forever. A dead man speaks, magicians scheme, and the deadly mysteries of the lagoon prove impossible for our heroes to resist. This first one from Image. The second one from Image is MONARCH number 2 from Rodney Barnes and Alex Linz. Stranger from Above Part 2. It's Earth versus aliens, with one teenage boy standing between them in this tale of terror and high stakes science fiction. From Rodney Barnes, the Star Comics writer behind Eisner nominated series Philadelphia and the writer executive producer of HBO's Winning Time, and up-and-coming Marvel artist Alex Linz, comes a new tale of love, triumph, disaster, and defeat. Young Trayvon has ventured beyond the makeshift shelter of his high school's walls in a desperate search for food and rations for the surviving students, but no heroic act goes unpunished. Trayvon finds himself captured and at the mercy of these strange beings from another world. But what do they want with him? Why are they attacking Earth, and will he ever see his beloved Daisha again, or is he as doomed as the rest of the world? I loved issue 1 of MONARCH. I'm excited to see the next issue and see where Rodney and Alex take this story. Another one from Image on the list this week is a new one that's going to be part of the Massive Verse, and it is called No One from Kyle Higgins and Brian Bucalato, with art by Geraldo Borges. It is a miniseries premiere. It is an issue. It's really more of a maxi series, it feels like. It's 10 issues long. 10 months ago, the Richard Roe murder shocked the city of Pittsburgh. In the months since, the killings have sparked a dangerous political movement, copycat killers, and a mass vigilante who's still determined to hold the powerful accountable. Not a symbol, not a hero. They could be anyone. They are no one. No/1. From Kyle Higgins, who's doing the writer on Radiant Black and kind of spearheader of this Massive Verse universe. We got an extra length first chapter of a true crime superhero drama in its own corner of the Massive Verse, another part of this giant superhero world that Kyle Higgins and friends are developing. We've got Radiant Black starting it, of course, Radiant Red, Radiant Pink. We've got Rogue Sun, and we've got the Dead Lucky, and now No One is joining that. It's gonna, it says, plus the story continues in Who Is No One, a monthly companion podcast starring Rachel Lee Cook from She's All That and Patton Oswalt from Netflix, The Sandman, Minor Threats, and Marvel's MODOK. I'm excited. I have an advanced copy. I have not gotten to check it out yet, so when I do, I will let you guys know what I think about this. Very much looking forward to seeing it. Another one from Image on the list this week is NOCTERRA number 12. NOCTERRA is back from Scott Snyder and Tony S. Daniel. We had our little one-shot again like they did before the second arc of NOCTERRA. This one focused on Val, and now a part one of the No Breaks storyline. NOCTERRA returns. Emery Riggs has never had an easy life, especially not after the calamity of Pedal to the Metal. As the new leader of the Sundog colony, he and the crew must concoct a new plan to reach Eos. But little do they realize that the Shades have found a leader of their own. We know where Val was left off at the end of the last arc, and what we saw from Val going, in that in-between issue, and where she is now. I really wonder, is she trying to take charge of them and do some things with them? We'll see. Blue Book number 2 from Dark Horse Comics, also on Final Order Cutoff this week. This one from James Tynion IV and Klaus Janson and Michael Avon Omeg. This is a non-fiction alien story. After the bizarre encounter with an unknown floating object and the creatures that inhabit it, Betty and Barney Hill head home in the darkness, only to find themselves plagued by the residues of their night sky confrontation. Tiny Onion Studios and Dark Horse Comics present a line of upcoming creator-owned work from the mind of James Tynion IV across a broad spectrum of interest, from non-fiction supernatural encounters to high-concept coming-of-age monster comics. Also including True Weird The Green Children by James Tynion, Michael Avon Omeg, and Aditya Bidikar. Also, just of note, these are coming out March 15th or March 22nd. It's 22nd for Blue Book. It's the 15th for everything from Image so far. And it'll be the 22nd for this next one. We're going down to the comics and graphics novels section for a new one from Whatnot Comics called Astrobots number 1 from Simon Furman and Hector Trunick. And guys, I'm really pointing this one out also because the story sounds great, but there's a Devin Kraft, I'm pointing the wrong way, Devin Kraft cover here. Devin did Neverender. Devin did our Coins of Judas cover right here, and fantastic artist has a new one coming out from Literati Press called Silence. So check out his work. It's really awesome. This cover is amazing. Story looks really cool too. So Simon Furman, the writer of the original Transformers comic series and creator of Marvel's Death's Head, has teamed up with heavy metal artist Hector Trunick to create an all-new mecha masterwork based on the toy line designed by Aaron Thomas. Pathfinders, pioneers, breaking new ground in the furthest reaches of the galaxy. They are Astrobots. The clock is ticking for planet Earth, and the race is on to find a new world capable of sustaining human life. New sophisticated machine life forms called Astrobots are dispatched to scout far-flung worlds in the hopes of crafting a new home. With food and raw materials running out and climate disasters escalating, the evacuation of the entire human population is the only slender hope remaining. On Colony World 1, catastrophic power struggle forges a new all-Astrobot society, and presiding over this nascent civilization is Atlas, an involved mech with a future-proof plan. A plan that does not include humankind. I am excited to see this. These previews pages look awesome. If you're a Transformers fan, get on this. You're going to love this. It's looking like a really cool one. Actually, the titles coming up in the second wave of Whatnot books have me more excited than the first wave did. Ninja Funk wasn't for me. Alpha Betas was okay. The Quested's been really good. The Exiled, I'm still waiting on my Kickstarter. I'm not picking it up through another method, and I think it's garbage that it came out from another method prior to the Kickstarter, which I paid for. So it's probably a good book. I don't know. You guys let me know if you've read The Expired. Drop a comment below. Let me know what you think of it. Be interesting to see what people think. I did just get an email this sometime today from the Kickstarter creators, and they did send a digital copy finally. So I will check it out. Hopefully before I get it in June, which is what they have stated is the fulfillment date. moving on from that, we're going to go to Frank Miller Presents for Frank Miller's Pandora #3 from Chris Silvestri and Anthony Marinville doing the writing and Emma Kubert doing the art. Issue 2 of this was so much fun, just like issue 1. There's some real good fantasy things going on here, but also a lot of relatable things going on with our main character, Annabeth. As Annabeth and Nox explore the powers of an ancient relic, it begins to reveal new mysteries and break down the walls that separate their two worlds. I'm excited to keep reading that one. And from Sumerian Comics, we've got How I Became a Shoplifter, #3 of 3. I loved issue #1 of this. It was phenomenal. Tom Brayfogle writing, David Pupo, Lipe Diaz, and Rehan Shodi on the art of this one, with Oscar Yildirim doing the cover art, which is phenomenal for cover A. Crime Through Boredom, a year-by-year look at the final generation of juvenile delinquents before technology took over. Watch the comical cast of characters grow up as each chapter is set in a different year of adolescence. This final chapter of the story here is 1996 to 2003, and it tells nostalgic tales of accidental drug use, frantic food fights, and getting deported out of Canada. Next up, from SourcePoint Press, is a reprinting special edition of Parallel from Jason Douglas, Adam Ferris, and Josh Sobek. Adam Ferris did the original art for this story. Josh Sobek was brought in to do the bonus content in this reprinting edition here. It's a twice Ringo-nominated story, and Landon is experiencing a quarter-life crisis. The decision he made in his early 20s to abandon his dreams of music have resulted in life mired in stagnation, depression, self-doubt, and a loveless marriage. When the voices start and the visions appear, Landon fears for his sanity, but is nevertheless tempted and awoken to a unique possibility. A parallel version of himself is offering a chance to change it all. His fate was sealed, and now his destiny awaits. What price would you be willing to pay for a second chance at the dreams you thought you left behind? Parallel Special Edition expands upon the origin story with 50 bonus pages of exciting content, galleries, annotations, and a brand new Between the Panels 10-page story exclusive to this edition. So that's the art that Josh Sobek did here. But Adam Ferris, we just had on the channel to talk about Devil Water Kickstarter that is running out today. It'll end today. So if you haven't gotten to go check that out, please go watch that interview and go back Devil Water. It looks like it's going to be a fantastic story. Also from Sumerian Comics this week, we've got a new #1 on the cutoff, and it is one that I have read because I backed it on Kickstarter. I believed in this story. And it's Pop Scars #1 from Pat O'Malley and Santi Guillen. Pop Scars is a gritty Hollywood revenge story about a vigilante badass in a pink ski mask and the famous Hollywood movie producer she is out to kill, who also happens to be her estranged father. In Hollywood, revenge is best served in front of an audience, as our pink ski mask killer pushes her way through a Hollywood crowd prepared to take her shot at her movie producer father. She's quickly swept into a brand new revenge plot orchestrated by her own unsuspecting target. It's great. You guys need to pick this one up. If you haven't read it from the Kickstarter, you're going to really want to get on this. And the last one on here, because we're going alphabetically through the comics and graphics novel section, we've got issue #3 of Trojan from AWA, written by Daniel Kraus with art by Marco Lesko doing the colors and Lacey doing the line work. Jeff DeCall again just showing how good of a cover artist he is with this Medusa-based one here. Again, this is just a dark urban fantasy thriller involving creatures of myth and snuff films and a character who's really just trying to find a way to help her mother. It's so well done. I am about to read issue #2 here. It's in my pile, but this cover, this is some good Jeff DeCall work right here. So don't miss Trojan from AWA. It is a high quality story, and it's 4 issues total. So, on cutoff right now is issue number 3 of 4. And that's it for Final Order Cutoff this week. Let me know in the comments what you are looking forward to from that list, or did I miss something on the cutoff list? And also, what books are you looking forward to coming up soon? Drop those in the comments. Drop a like on the video. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Join in on learning about indie comics. Lots to talk about with you guys over this coming year. Just so many good comics coming up. So thank you for watching. As always, collect what you love. See you next time.